Gratitude is the biggest business builder you can have. Tell you what, this is a time to talk about this because it is Thanksgiving. It's a time for us to rejoice. It's a time for us to be grateful. It's a time, an opportunity for us to show others how grateful we are for them. I tell you what, I'm very grateful for you and the listeners that's been just taking action after they listen to this. It gives me great joy. There's been a lot of amazing clients that's come from this podcast, and we've been able to help them in Genius Loan Officer. But yeah, hey, listen, I am grateful for you. If you are out there and you're listening, I'll be very grateful if you also give us a good 5-star review as well, and have some conversations and help you grow. So be very grateful in your business. So I want to talk about that and go a little deeper dive today on that, and hopefully just you walk away from this feeling more grateful, knowing how that really affects your business, and what systematic approaches can you have to show more gratitude. I tell you, this is a huge one because I don't talk about it not a lot. It's not as sexy as other topics sometimes, because you're like, oh man, I need the next hack and I need the next sales thing, in which we're always trying to give you sales strategies and business strategies and all that. But I can tell you, if this is foundational, gratitude is foundational in your business. If you are not grateful for what you have, things can fall apart. And I tell you, I'm not preaching from the pulpit here and thinking that I'm not a good preacher preaches from the pulpit and knows that, hey, listen, they're as guilty as anybody. And so that's what I'll tell you is that I get caught up in the day-to-day. I get caught up in the just starting to feel my own get up my own feels and think, man, I'm doing really well. And then sometimes what happens is we get into like entitlement. Entitlement is a huge business killer. It's a sales killer. When we're trying to have great conversations, it is a killer. Sometimes people are afraid of showing gratitude, being thankful, telling people thank you, because they feel like they're vulnerable. You may be feeling like that with a real estate agent, and I don't want to sit there and thank them and everything else, and they're going to feel like they haven't their power over me. That's come up in different conversations, that I've had with loan officers. And I could say is that that's just not true. And if you have people that are taking advantage of you just being a good person, being grateful, then listen, it's okay. You don't have to do business with them. You can be grateful for the opportunity you had together, grateful for the opportunity for you to to make that good choice, to be grateful for the really good people you have in your life. And I think that obviously with the trials and the people that are not supposed to be in your life, it gives us gratitude for the ones that are so amazing in our lives. And sometimes we have things going really well, and then we just get off track and we're thinking we're entitled. And then it takes us sometimes to get knocked off the rail to go, man, wow, I should have been more grateful. I should have thought of things in a different way. And so I want to really encourage you today. So think about this. Ask yourself this question. I think this can be very powerful. And it's powerful even when I think about it, in my own business, is that if you could no longer, just for whatever reason, I don't know what that is, you could no longer be a loan officer. It was just taken away from you, which is horrible, right? And then if that happened tomorrow, and then all of a sudden you're able to be a loan officer again, you'd be very grateful. You probably wouldn't look at things like, oh my gosh, like I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Sorry, I got to take a drink. And splash water in my face. So, we would be very grateful, right? If we no longer be a loan officer, and then all of a sudden, miraculously, Even if it was 12 hours later or it's a couple days later, they're like, okay, you can be a loan officer again. We'd be very grateful, right? We would be very, very grateful. We'd be very just joyful for the fact that like we could become a loan officer again. And I want you to think about this. Like, think about if tomorrow it was stricken from you, you could no longer be a loan officer, and just go in that moment and think, if I was going to I was going to be a loan officer again, like, what would I do differently? Like, what would I do differently? How would I look at that as a different opportunity than look at it now? How would I do business in a different way? How would I be more grateful for what I have in a different way? How would I treat my partners in a different way? How would I have a team in a different way? How would I live this life in a different way? And we don't want to wait, obviously, until it's too late and we're out of the game and we're retiring from the loan officer field, and we didn't make the money that we thought we could have, and we didn't, and we don't really have much to show for it, and we get to the end and we can't really live our rest of our life with some freedom of income and still coming in and have these investments that we had working for us and all these things. We can look back and think like what we would have done differently. And everybody has that story. Everything that you probably have done before, you've been to the end and you thought, man, if I had that to do over again, I would do this. And I think oftentimes we don't, in the midst of it, stop and say, hey, this was cut off. Just like really go down that tunnel and just stop. Put yourself in that situation. I want you to go in that moment and then go back and say, how will I be more grateful for what I have, and how will I operate my business in a different way? So it's coming up to Thanksgiving. This podcast is going to be a week out from Thanksgiving when it's dropped. And so over the next week here, so till Wednesday, take off Thursday, enjoy time with your family, refresh, rejuvenate. Don't worry about what you got going on in the long game. Please do yourself that favor. Please do everything you can to like get everything done and wrapped up, and hopefully wrapped up by noon on Wednesday, and just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to relax, and I'm coming back the next Monday, and I'm come back stronger than ever with a grateful heart, with a servant attitude, with a servant leadership, with a mindset to absolutely win. So get yourself in that position to get the pre-approvals done beforehand and have everything set up and have everything buttoned up and make this an opportunity to have that stuff done. But in this time between this Thursday and Wednesday, make sure that we are showing gratitude to everybody. And this is a perfect opportunity to really just have that deeper level of conversation with our referring partners and say, hey, I really, really appreciate, all our deals we've done together, not just the deals, but this specifically is what I enjoy about working with you. The more specific we are with our compliments, with our gratitude, the more we're going to win. When we just say, hey, I'm thankful for you, that's good. That's great. And I'm not disparaging that, because, that's certainly way better than not saying anything. But, if you can get an opportunity to say, hey, I really enjoy that your professionalism through our interactions, the way you're able to bring joy every time that I speak to you, the way that you operate in life, and hey, where'd that come from? Like, where does that come from? And getting into a deeper conversation, it will really allow you to seat that gratitude to whomever that you are speaking to. And you want to really seat it in their mind and in their heart, and then go, hey, listen, when I speak to John, when I speak to Sally, when I speak to Mary, like, they just really uplift me. And I will have this slogan, go be someone's hero today. This is the perfect opportunity to be someone's hero and lift them up and show gratitude. And, the opposite end of that spectrum is, and we know that gratitude is not showing up, entitlement is showing up, is have you ever thought like, man, I've done a really good job for this real estate agent, and they just up and left me. And, what the heck? Like, who are they? That is entitlement. You're not entitled, no matter how good of a job you do with a real estate agent, with a referring partner, with a past client, you're not entitled to get that next deal. You should be grateful when you do get the next deal. You should be operating like, I have to earn the next deal. I have to go above and beyond, not just like you're doing these like horrendous things, but you're just being such a good human. You're looking for an opportunity to have a deeper relationship, have a deeper discussion, have a deeper gratitude. This is the perfect opportunity to go and do that and reset at this point, because we all suffer from this from time to time. If you're, and it comes up in so many different ways, right? Where, there's, if you're quick to fly off the handle as soon as something doesn't go right, it's probably some of that is not being grateful, because I can tell you, if you were really grateful at that point, like you would just beat cancer and you're grateful to be alive, and a call comes in that, is bad, how are you going to act differently? You're going to be like, yeah, man, I'm still okay. I'm still grateful. I'm still grateful I'm alive. Gratitude seeps all the way down into your soul, right? And so all these interactions are going to look different. And so what I encourage you to do is, have this gratitude journal. I know that's one of those things that, oh man, it's played out or whatever. No, have those times where you're silent. You go and when people talk about doing meditation, a lot of times meditation, people just blow this thing out of proportion and it's this really foo-foo thing. It's just to really just calm your mind down and just let yourself be. Have control over yourself. And that's really what it's about. I have control. I have full mind, body control. And we need to practice that. We need to practice that and go, okay, I'm meditating and I'm coming out of meditation. I'm being grateful, and I'm thinking about what actions I can take to be grateful, and what, like systematic approach I can be grateful. So think about not just like, okay, what can I do to set myself to be grateful, which is meditation, writing gratitude journal, writing the things that you're grateful for. When something goes wrong, it's like, okay, I'm grateful still for this. The deal didn't go like it should have, but I'm grateful for this. And there's 5 more grateful things in there that I'm letting one thing like unseat that. So I need to go back and I need to talk about and think about and act differently on my gratitude and my joy in life. So then let's systematically think, how can I show gratitude and place enjoyment on other people, help people enjoy themselves? And so it could be, I'm looking for opportunities, whether it be you can go on social media and look for opportunities. Somebody did something really cool. I mean, you could send somebody, like like I had someone that had a really inspiring story. It was really cool. And yeah, you could just like on that post and say, okay, well, that's great. Or you could show them really this big gratitude of, man, that inspired me and that did uplift me. And, you are someone that's special. Hey, let me print this picture off with a quote and send it to you, because that's a cool thing to do. That's go be someone's hero today. And so look for opportunities with all around you. They're all around you. People doing miraculous, great things. People treating you with respect. People treating you great. People sending you business. Look for opportunities to be grateful. So make that extra outreach. Make that extra call. Make that extra effort to have a deeper conversation. And then think about, how am I going to first wake up out of the gates of the day and be grateful? And when something doesn't go right, what's the opportunity to be grateful here? What's the opportunity for me to be different? What's the opportunity for me just to have enjoyment in life still within this moment? And so I want to encourage you to have an amazing Thanksgiving. Let it all go on Thanksgiving. Be grateful, be with your family, be present. listen, has been the world's worst at this. So I don't want you to think like it just comes to be easy for me where, you're at Thanksgiving dinner and you're thinking, oh man, I'll tell you what, I gotta get more loans, or I've got to, I had this one bad deal going, or man, I can't, Monday morning is going to be horrible because I'm going to have all these things to do, all this stuff. Like, no, push that away, and pile your plate full of good, delicious food. Me being a big fat boy, I like I like the good stuffing, and give yourself the opportunity to, if you want to diet beforehand, diet, and then just be guilt free on Thanksgiving, and not just the eating, but just the enjoyment of life, and the thankfulness that you should have, because in this country, in the United States, listen, there's an opportunity everywhere, and an opportunity starts with yourself, and it starts with your enjoyment. It starts with your gratitude. It starts with how you're going to treat people and how you're going to treat the situations. And really it comes from within the very first. So I want you to absolutely love life, enjoy life, and think again, put yourself in that place. If tomorrow I can no longer be a loan officer, and then I was looking back, like, what would I have done differently? What have I done differently this past week to not only enjoy myself, to grow my business, and do it in such a way that would give my partners enjoyment, give me enjoyment, and would give my family enjoyment, because I am creating a legacy. So think about that, and go out there and absolutely crush it until Wednesday, and then take off and have fun and show gratitude to all your business partners, all your teammates, and to yourself first for everything that you've done, accomplished, and where you are in life. Don't forget, the time is running out. Time is running out. December 9th and 10th in Vegas. You need another reason to go to Vegas? Probably not. However, there is a reason to go 9th and 10th, a transformative event that is a small group working on your business, working on your mindset, working on the things that are going to propel you into 2022, having your best year ever. Hit us up. There's only a couple spots left. You better act now. Let us know. You can email angel@geniusloanofficer.com, or you can go to geniusloanofficer.com and go ahead and hit a scheduler. We can go and talk about it and get you signed up and get you ready to go. So absolutely love y'all. Go be someone's hero today.